Want to welcome everybody to Bitcoin Spy, guys. We have a huge show today, guys. Pay attention, sit back and relax. This has been a very successful 24 hours. I want to talk about it, guys. Look at the chart. This spike that we got recently, I want to let you guys know this is London with the Crypto Kingdom and our new station, guys, Bitcoin Spike. Make sure you head over to Bitcoin Spike and check us out on Twitter, guys. We have a great group that's forming, and it's just VIP, guys. You guys know the top level of membership. Check this out. Check out the $5,500, guys. On the link here, you'll be able to sign up on Gate right here for $5,500 in USDT, so you can trade Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the price action, guys. The great thing about this is we nailed this in terms of the price action. I delivered a video last night to the VIP. Very excited about that. Welcome to the room. Let's look at this spike, guys. You guys know the name of the game in Bitcoin is picking up on these spikes. How do we do it? Well, guys, we focus on pricing targets. That 38.2 worked out perfectly, guys. Very, very exciting to see all you guys streaming in. Julian in the house, guys. You guys are trading, and I'm just really excited about everything that you guys are just proving who you are in terms of the entirety of the market. You guys are the best traders around. I know that, and let me go ahead and see if I can put that in. I just put in the comment section, guys, that link to get. The important part right now is that we are looking at a bullish engulfing candle. Okay, I don't normally talk about the candles, but guys, we're looking at the daily chart right now. Well, guys, this is a very exciting moment because if we can experience a bullish engulfing candle here, we may be in for a ride, okay? So be prepared, okay? I know you guys last night, you received, if you didn't get this private video, you guys probably tuned into the stream. I did a late night stream to make sure you guys understood the pricing action, that you understood the pricing target right here, this 38.2, the 37,502. So I'm very excited to have brought you guys that. The whole idea is to be able to gauge, even if you trade altcoins, to be able to gauge Bitcoin, kind of the market leader. Trade your altcoins. If you guys want a multiple, it can be a little bit riskier. We like the price action of Bitcoin, and as we review, guys, it's just, you know, this was the move we were looking for, so we're excited. Let's go ahead and measure up exactly, you know, from that 38.2. You know, guys, you're just you're look at you guys. You're up over 6%. You're at six. What is it right now? About 6.5%. So huge move on the day, guys, especially when you're targeting in at that level and capturing that amount. So that's very exciting to be able to bring you that information in terms of the precise pricing targets. You guys know that's what we focus on, guys. We focus on it for a long time. In terms of the Fibonacci's, it's what we choose to do in this space. So we're a lot about education. You guys know that green candle. I've told you guys a lot. We want every green candle on the chart in our pocket, right? That's what we want. That's the idea. All that green you see on the screen, we want it, right? So that's our goal. So you guys who are trading, you who may have entered into, I'd say probably heavier than you may have told other people, but I'm sure you guys traded that aggressively. We're excited that you do. We went over some asset allocation. You guys know this is not financial advice, but in terms of the entirety of kind of the strategy I hear, you know, I'd say the best traders really using, it's just, you know, that is the allocation strategy last night we went over. Let's kind of zoom in a bit into the hourly and take a look at this pattern that's forming here in between, guys, that 37,800. Let's go to the candlesticks again. Let's see that. Just beautiful hit, guys, on that 38.2. Covered that multiple times so you guys wouldn't miss it. You guys know the most accurate information delivered in a timely manner right here, guys. That's what we focus on. And we're really excited to have you guys. It's just a phenomenal trade day for us. So back to that bullish engulfing candle. Let's review it real quickly. Let's go to the daily. Now, it's a big deal on the daily, guys. On the daily time frame, what we're looking for is essentially just what it sounds like, guys. You're looking for a candle that entirely encompasses and covers the preceding channel or the preceding candle. So the red candle is going to be completely covered. We're gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead. You know, it's close, guys. I mean, you can almost call this, guys. It's gonna be a bullish engulfing candle. That's a reversal. Okay, that's indicative of a reversal pattern. We're not big on candles because sometimes they're not the most reliable. They'll have contraindications on different time frames. This right here is a good sign for Bitcoin bulls. So I'm excited about that. For you guys who are playing heavier or have holdings, this is a very good sign. I was telling you guys, you know, in and around this area, and we did catch the bottom of this. You guys know that. We caught the very bottom of this, guys. I'm talking about the below 30,000. So, you know, as we review this, we are currently in a descending wedge. It's a bullish pattern. I've been telling you guys that. It's a bullish pattern. We expect this to break to the upside. If we can break out of it now, it could be some very, very exciting times in terms of your profits, in terms of not just Bitcoin, but the entirety of the crypto space. You guys know that. So The question will become is, can we rely on those candles in terms of what we're going to view, right? Can we rely on those candles? I would say this, guys, as you look at candle work, etc. What I would really want to happen now is for people to focus on the next level, if you could, and the next level is going to be the 23.6. The 23.6 is going to be on the extension side. Okay, if you guys are looking for an entry, I'd say you have two possibilities here in terms of an entry. It may be a little bit. I'm going to say there's a little bit of a precautionary measure to kind of put into play here. If you guys can just tune in for a moment here and think about this, a little bit of a precaution as we look at a bullish pattern forming. Let's go down into the 1 hour, and I just want to kind of, if we can all review this, I think it's very important. Yes, we have a position here. Yes, we've experienced a great spike, over 6% from our pricing target. You guys know that. We nailed this pricing target. Beautiful, beautiful hit. And let's talk about that real quickly, because what it was just a nice, as we look at the pattern that had formed, we covered this last night, and in terms of the pre-existing kind of trend lines here, we nosedived in with a wedge formation right into it. It was indicated. We were live, and I was just like, guys, you're like a couple $100 away from a huge pricing target. It worked out beautifully. I was really glad that you guys are booking positive trades, that you're making money. That's the whole idea in crypto, guys. That's the whole idea. So as we look at this, essentially this hit, it's been a phenomenal hit, guys. I'd say more than would be expected at a typical Fibonacci. You guys know that this is a little bit more than what we would typically expect from a Fibonacci. Now, the real cautionary tale, I'm just going to bring this fact up, guys. As we look at the barriers to get up, out, and above, let's just talk about what we need to conquer, okay? Let's talk about, first of all, when we did discuss, let's get back on the daily real quickly, just so you understand, in terms of how to approach this, how aggressively to play, in terms of the backup cash you may have put on the side, in terms of how aggressively you want to dial into things. Let's just talk about that real quickly. Now, this trend line, this downward sloping trend line, you guys know that's going to be barrier number one. Okay, we have to conquer barrier number one. We can, guys, it can be done. Again, I said last night, I kept saying, it's like this amplitude, this move to the upside, the Bitcoin spike that we had, guys, this move to the upside is like, it feels like it's too much to just waste, right? Like, it seems like it's going to want to repeat itself. That's just, having looked at the price action, that's just what I feel. It's like that, this beautiful move from under 30,000 up to about, just under 43, guys. It felt like too much to just waste, right? It seems like there's too much energy in the market. It's a very bullish indication in terms of like something that might want to repeat. As we look at the beginning of the price action back through January, back through February and March, these big moves to the upside, they liked to repeat, right? So when we see an uninterrupted move on the daily, this strong of a move to the upside, guys, we're looking for it to repeat. Now, again, those barriers that we're talking about, number one is going to be, I'm going to turn this bright green so you can definitely see this. I want to turn this bright green. That line right there is going to serve as a resistance. It's already served as a resistance one time. I want to go ahead and highlight this so you can definitely see, if I can find our ellipse here. Let's go ahead and find this hit right here. Let me go ahead and circle this and really highlight this level right here. Let me go ahead and expand that, and I'll even make that bright green as well so you guys can dial into that zone right there. As you look at that hit from the previous spike, what stopped us? I want to focus on that. First of all, we have the diagonal resistance line. Okay, that comes from the top formation, believe it or not, the top formation, which started the entirety of the retracement, right? That started from the 64.86310 down into the next hit up, which is about 60,000, guys. That angular line has served as the resistance. You guys know that. So that's one of the things that stopped us, right? That's one of the things that stopped us, okay, was that angular line. The second indicated barrier that we achieved that was perfectly confluent therewith, guys, was this green line right here, the green line that I am focusing on right now. What is that, guys? What is that green line, which also is confluent with the diagonal resistance line? What is that? Let's look at it real quickly, guys. That is just the extension, guys. That's the Fibonacci extension. That's the 23.6% extension, that 42,208. That line there is also what served as a resistance. So as we break out above, let's say if we can conquer this diagonal resistance line, okay, the diagonal, which again comes from the top of the price action from the 64.86310 down to that next intermediary high. It's a lower high, but you see that trend line that's going down. That is one resistance line, correct? Then the next one, as I just shifted up are the extensions, okay? So that you guys know how to work the extension tool. If you don't, I'll be happy to do it and include it in the stream for you. But that 23.6% extension here is the next barrier if we can conquer up and above this line of resistance. So there may be kind of a twofold hurdle that we need to get over. Bitcoin can do it. We have had a huge amount of positive price action, guys. We have, in a period of 10 to 11 days, we experienced, guys, you know this, we experienced over I'd say a 40 to 45% gain. That was phenomenal. It was unprecedented, believe it or not, in terms of the price action to the upside, in terms of the relative strength that was measured during this most recent move, guys. It was unprecedented. Within like over a year's time frame, we haven't seen anything this strong. So that's very exciting for us to be able to bring this to you. Exciting for us to invite you guys, or congratulate you VIP members and subscribers, base campers, etc. But if you haven't joined, guys, we have the hottest group of day traders in the back consistently, and I want to just encourage all of you definitely to take advantage of these VIP rooms in the back, guys. This is where we have charts going on like this, guys. We have some very, very elegant kind of, very accurate charts in terms of some sophisticated trade techniques. We have a lot of people booking positive trades. That's our idea, guys. We kind of bracket cash, if you guys know that. There's a bracket, kind of a majority of the holdings. Then we slam into the lower time frames. Why? Because we like to focus on different patterns. We like to address different ways of formulating the market, or see how the market formulates within the condition and the changing conditions of the market. That's what we want to experience. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you, it's not just a day trade, just to have fun and sling around some money and make some money, guys. That's not the only deal. We get into like the overall pattern formation that you see here within Bitcoin. This is on the daily chart, guys. This is from about August of last year, when it was about, let's say, 11,397. Yeah, the entirety of this price action, we will see moves like this, probably 20 or 30 moves like this in a day. Believe it or not, when we day trade at lower levels. So we get used to the pattern formation. We get used to the variations. When we deal with things that are moving very quickly, guys, when we plug back into the macro, yeah, we're able to absolutely say, I've seen this before. Maybe you've seen it 5 times in the last week if you've been in on the lower time frames. So that's why we day trade. We get used to the patterns. We practice our skills. We hone the technology. Those are the types of things that we just like to battle, okay? Because it makes the macro look like it's standing still. We've already worked this problem in this exercise, say 10 times in the last 2 weeks. This is easy, right? The strategy becomes easy. Everything is kind of facilitated by your experience at the lower levels. So that degree of experience, guys, is crucial. Being around the right team is crucial. We encourage you guys to participate and make the most of your membership, guys. Also, in addition to that, the VIPs, you guys know you have new coin offerings, startups, potentially new listings, etc. All different types of things that are on Gate, and you guys know that in the top banner there, you guys can scan that code. Make sure you use that link so your data is linked with our team. We have the #1 team, guys. We're very excited about that. And you guys, if you're up for a challenge, if you have a different team, come on and bring it on. Let's see what you got. We believe in ourselves that much. So this zone, it points out again, hit the like button if you've just tuned in and you haven't been here since the beginning. I'll go over some pricing targets in terms of what we have hit on and the entirety of the move. We can discuss that real briefly right now. Let's look at this entirety of the move today. We'll talk about, again, the bullish engulfing candle that we're in. And guys, we're up over 6%, just to repeat that, in case anyone is kind of filtering in the room. But as we look at this, this zone, this target zone, it was a strike here recently, guys, recently in line with this, the 38.2. I'm going to say the 38.2. Is that right? We may have to, excuse me there. Let's go. Then, the 23.6. I knew that was off. It was off the screen, but I was like, no, that's not the 38.2. 23.6, definitely, which is that first line of the extension. And had to bring that over to the screen just to make sure. I see the 38.2 right here, which is not right. That's the 38.2% on the retracements. Understand, you do have the retracements, which are along the way down, and you have the extensions, which are along the way up. So in terms of how you draw the extensions versus the retracement, we can definitely cover that if you guys have any questions, but do be careful if you have both on the screen. I almost got caught there, made sure I corrected that, and yeah, that's critical in terms of accurate information. Always trying to do that for you. So we have this flat line of resistance, excuse me, of the 23.6 on the extensions on the upside. That served as, and guys, perfectly. If you guys look at the candles, literally just setting themselves up perfectly on that line. Look at that. It's literally just perfectly on the 23.6. Like you could not just place things there any better. It's very well indicated. Also, it's right on that diagonal line. So this is just precision TA that we're happy to bring you. Also precise was the pricing target from yesterday. Isn't that nice? I hope you guys executed some positive trades. I know in Bitcoin and altcoins, you guys have had a lot of success in the VIP. I want to shout out to those who got involved in Rune. Guys, Rune is up over, I think, 140, 150% in the last 10 or 11 days, thereabouts. Thereabouts. I brought that to you guys before it took off, and it was a latent mover. I was like, I had spoken with someone who said, well, Ethereum and Rune, a very high up, he's a wealth advisor with some very big clients, an old friend of mine, and he said, we're looking at Ethereum and Rune. I said, well, let me look at Rune. I did some technicals on it. I'm like, guys, this isn't moving yet. Like, it should move. And there's some other people looking into it. Just, not financial advice. Nothing is. But then, sure enough, guys, it just decided to launch. I mean, it literally was, it's been the story of the day almost every day. So it's been very exciting. 15 to 20% consistently, using that $8 barrier as kind of the flex zone for it right now to get over its own extension mark, guys, and trying to break out. It is from its own channel. So as we look at this, yesterday I also talked about, I'll review it now since we've gone into some different dynamics with in terms of the VIP having seen the information. I always want to make sure the VIP see the critical information first. That's real crucial in terms of, I think, the benefits. Excuse me. Benefits of VIP, a little bit of seasonal allergies. Sorry about that. Excuse me. So as we look at this, I want to talk about how we got to this pricing target. How did I feel comfortable in terms of expressing this? And I don't think that anyone else really brought this to anyone's attention that I'm aware of, etc. I just it was a patterned, measured move, and I want to talk about this measured move, how you guys can measure these in the future and what they mean. Now we had developed in Bitcoin, we had developed this upward, I'd say diagonal channel, right? This price action in between, starting off at about 36,500, capping out in and around, I'd say that 42,000, right? Absolutely. Okay, so when we established this channel, what I did was a measured move. We focus on John J. Murphy, Principles of Technical Analysis. We get the books. We just do the work, guys. It adds to the returns. This level of specificity, I'm going to say it's textbook, right? When we look at the measured move, what I did yesterday was I took a line and I decided to measure this channel, and I said, well, we're going to do a measured move and bring this down from the point of breakout, etc. So we did that, and guys, it landed right on the 38.2, right? So we did a video specifically on that. This is kind of on the fly, but we definitely, guys, that we indicated that that exact level of entry. These are the days that I'm excited about because we're 100% on target. This is a very, very good good situation, a good circumstance. So as we look at this, guys, that's our continual goal, and we just hope that you're able to continue to profit off these things. That's the whole point of being in crypto, is so that you can profit, make money, so that you can hit your 2x, your 3x. We had AXS. You guys know that AXS. We found, what was that? Let's review AXS. I just want to review it for a second, just so you guys see. It's currently at $43, guys. I brought it to the attention of the VIPs about $9.50, guys. $9.50. I just want to measure that real quickly. If you guys are looking at that, it was about $9.50 after the first. I caught it the first bull flag. I was like, this looks pretty good, right? So let's just measure AXS. It's been a phenomenal instrument, guys. It's up 348.5%. Okay, 300+% in the last month. Beautiful job, guys. Beautiful job. As we just look at some of the other coins that we as a group have covered, and between Rune, let's measure out Rune. Let's go ahead and look at what your returns have been in addition to Bitcoin. And guys, we're the crypto kingdom. We're Bitcoin spike, but a lot of the perks are essentially you guys getting involved in some of these other coins, which are going to produce some of these dramatic returns. That's what we want to focus on. So AXS currently up 13% on the day. Let's look at Rune. Let's look at Rune, and the area at which I brought this to you guys was in this scaling end zone again before it had really broken out, saying and it was heading down. I'm like, it may be a good time to scale in. I just want to say, from the entirety of the move, guys, you're up 134 to 145%, currently sitting at about 134% in the time period. This is what I like in quick fashion, guys. In quick fashion, you're up to that degree in about 10 days. you have hit your 2x plus. So that's very, very phenomenal price action. We're very happy to have been able to bring that in the back rooms. And guys, I just let you know that information is sitting in the back rooms in these VIPs. This is where the information is going down. That top level of membership gives you this perk. Make sure you focus on these back rooms to the extent you can, etc. So that's very, very exciting in terms of where we're going. Also, Gate. I want to talk about kind of bracket cash as we talk about that. I want to talk about bracket cash and where you guys are doing your heavyweight versus your lightweight. I was having a discussion with Angel. He's talking about a heavyweight account, right? Maybe you've got your heavyweight account over here. Maybe you've got your lightweight day trade account. I'm going to encourage, day traders, as you look at things, maybe what did I throw up in the very beginning? I said, maybe you guys put together something like, maybe you want to throw at things with $100, okay? And I'm not kidding. Maybe you want to throw things with 1,000, maybe 5,000 or 10,000, whatever your gauge is. As I promote, I'm going to say promoting because I'm an influencer. As I talk about day trading, I want you guys to know, guys. In terms of like flash cash, I call it flash cash. Why? Because I want you guys to definitely realize that, like, when you're in the nano, when you're in the lower time frames, guys, I want you to have the ability to enter and exit a trade with no worries. Okay, we talk about like bracket cash. There's a bracket of your moves that's set aside. Period, guys. That's the way that people are doing things. That's set aside. Then you have flash cash. Okay, then you have flash cash that you're able to dig into the lower time frames. If it's $100, learn the targets, guys. Learn the patterns. Okay, if you're trying to get in and out of positions, do it with a light amount of cash. Learn the patterns, learn the structures, learn how the price action is going to affect you. Then apply it to your bigger bracket, right? Then take that to your heavyweight position where you're able to say, okay, now I feel like I can gear in. I just always want to be on the record. And I've even tried to show screenshots. I've done seen, hey, you guys, maybe you float 100 or 200, maybe maximum like I say cup of coffee trades, right? Maybe your cup of coffee is $400 or $500. I don't know what it's going to be in terms of you're getting into the nuance of also issues like, if you talk about, what would you talk about? Things like liquidity. Can the market, with where you're trying to accomplish your day trades, can it handle like 20 grand? Can it handle a full Bitcoin? Can you really move at a small, in a small kind of nuance, I'd say a range? Can you move, Bitcoin or 10 Bitcoin? Can you move 10 Bitcoin? This is where we start to really get to it with an account with like 10 Bitcoin. And can you move 10 Bitcoin within the time frame of something that's really, really a small move, just like what you saw on the screen right there? I'm going to tell you, with 10 Bitcoin, you probably can't. Okay, so as you work on the patterns, as you develop the skills in terms of day trading, all it is about pattern recognition, guys. It's all about pattern recognition, all about in and out. It's not as much about. Now you can profit. You can build up your earnings. You can build up I'd say I don't know, guys. In terms of the compounding effect, you can definitely have it. A lot of times, like in public here, I will, and this is interesting for you guys to know too. I'll sit here and people won't know exactly. They'll ask me, oh, London, how do you buy Bitcoin, right? What do you do? How do you buy Bitcoin? Well, I just pull up my exchange and I'll just say, here you go. Look here, right now, bam, bam, there, we just bought Bitcoin. They'll be like, really? You just bought Bitcoin like that? I'll be like, yeah, we just bought Bitcoin right there. I'll show them the exchange. I'll show them this and that. They'll get interested in it. And so it's nice to have kind of just a float account that's kind of fun, etc. So in addition to that, guys, I want you to be serious about your trades. Don't treat it, don't engage in risky behavior just because you have kind of a flash cash. And flash cash, I say flash because why? Because it's quick trades, right? Those are quick trades that you get in and out of. If you get burned, it's not going to really affect you. Now, these moves here, guys, the serious moves on the main Fibonacci's, I will say Gate gives you the opportunity to develop multiple accounts. Okay, you can have a few different accounts established. You can have your heavyweight account as between you and maybe the house, right? You keep that between you and the house. You program those orders up. You keep those solid. You can have like a lightweight account within there as well as you guys look at day trading. I just don't want you guys to get injured or to lose money, guys, in terms of your financial position. Not financial advice. If you guys want to go heavier, I think you'll figure out very quickly on some of these flash trades that your liquidity becomes an issue. you can still float up to, I'd say, about Bitcoin back and forth. I'm going to say that pretty regularly. You'll see some guys in the back rooms. I always say, "Hi guys, how you doing?" Because I see, in the back rooms we got a few guys that are throwing around about a Bitcoin, day trading about a Bitcoin back and forth. Maybe a $40,000 or $50,000 position, just back and forth, just back and forth. Your limits in terms of your buy and sell, your spread is going to be limited. You're going to have people with lower orders that are going to outcompete you standardly. So the moves are going to have to be bigger for you to achieve a profit. Okay. In addition, your commission is going to be a little bit different, your commission structure. So think of these things in terms of your positioning. And I know you guys know that. But when I talk about, has anyone booked a trade on altcoins, you guys know it can add up quickly. Okay, I'm not going to talk about your altcoins. If you want to, trade heavier on a position trade, etc., in terms of altcoins, guys, you go for it. You have fun. That's what this whole space is about. But as we dig into the kind of the heavier weight levels, and I'll go back to the hourly, as we dig into the heavier weight levels, you guys understand, like, these would be something that you would probably program up, kind of in, I'd say, your heavyweight bracket. Okay, and we'd have different brackets. One bracket is maybe flash cash. I'm going to say flash cash. Now, your flash cash can grow, right? You know that. But you have to get used to the liquidity issues. You have to understand that, the heavyweight positions, like this move, the 5+%, this is a heavyweight position. You can go and execute a Bitcoin right now, no problem. You can float probably 5, 10, whatever your position is. With this degree of a move from this Fibonacci, you can go in and unload. If you call in and say this is done, or if you go ahead and say this is it, bam, the exchange is going to take care of that for you. They're going to go ahead and push that through. If you're dealing on the smaller time frames with a nuanced move and trying to day trade that with any 5,000 high, 10,000 high, then no problem, guys. You're going to be able to go ahead and cruise through that. Those amounts can get difficult depending upon, like, I'll say this, in terms of the liquidity and how quickly something moves against you. If we experience a strong move against, or you're trying, or in favor, if you're trying to pick up a position or trying to, dial out of a position quickly upon like an immediate, break to the upside, let's say a spike, or an immediate break to the downside, say just a pour down. Those positions are going to require a little bit different of an approach if you have a larger position. So a little bit last night we talked about asset allocation, just kind of, in terms of the, your overall spread, in terms of your exposure in the market. How involved are you at this level? A lot of people carry, right? They'll carry a position, from especially while we're still in kind of like a bullish mode. A lot of you are carrying a position along this route. A lot of you then are there trying to refine your approach, right? You're trying to hone and harness your skills in terms of day trading, and it's just practice for the larger market, guys. And it's great practice. I do want to let you guys know the application outside of, like this is just nice. It's just beautiful. I want to look at that price action. We're going to diagnose this in just a second in terms of what is this area we're looking at, because I think there's a lot of confusion in the market right now in terms of what is this zone? What have we formulated? Are people kind of getting afraid of potential head and shoulders, right? It's on the map, right? What is your breakout of a head and shoulders? What's the, what's your neckline? Where are we at in terms of this? A lot of you are forecasting into this zone after a good hit. The one thing we would look at, and I just want to bring that up for who's in the room right now. Hello, nice to see you. I do see you. This head and shoulders is a potentiality when I talk about a severe break to the downside or to the upside. We're going to be prepared in terms of our capital allocation for both. We do note on the hourly, which I brought up to you guys, on the hourly chart, we were low. On the RSI, guys, we were low. Now we were below 30. At this point, you guys know, at this point, we were below 30. We carried that down, okay, in line with the pattern formations. You guys know this cross trend line, okay, this cross trend line was beautifully, not this one, that was the next one. Thank goodness we didn't have to mess with that one. But we had this trend line, the cross implicated. It was a resistance to support trend line that also, guys, fed in from the top very, very nicely straight down into, just nosedive into our 38.2. Beautiful return today. This is the type of day that we say, yeah, what's our name? Well, we also have on Twitter, guys, Bitcoin spike, right? So very, very nice. You guys follow us on Twitter. We'd love to do some shout outs for you guys. If you're new, go ahead and follow us. Maybe we'll do some shout outs to some new people that are following the group. We'd love to do that on the stream. We have, I think the top group, a lot of guys that have been around in Bitcoin since $7.50, etc. So very nice to see you guys. You guys follow us up for that for that information. So as we look at this kind of nosedive into here, I just want to talk about, that you guys are definitely seeing that the potential for a head and shoulders. I'm not always going to be like, overly bullish on something which has, a couple lines of, I'm going to say, guys, it's difficult not to be. I have to really dial in and make myself the person who's going to bring a little bit of a nuance, a little bit of a nuance, I'd say a reserved kind of way of thinking, because we've experienced such price action. It's just been incredible. The one thing that we're continually saying is that we're in a bullish pattern, right? We're just in a bullish pattern. At some point, the breakout is expected, right? We're expected from a falling wedge to break out to the upside. So I can talk about the textbook. I talk about the bullish flavor of the sentiment of the price action. It's indicated, right? If anyone asks me like, what is it about Bitcoin now? I talk with a lot of different people. Well, we're currently in a bullish pattern, right? It's not just because actually we can say that. Yes, we have completed that bullish pattern in line with this downward trend line, guys, but it's nice to know that we're in a bullish pattern. So in terms of your account and your asset allocation, you do that. You guys know it's not financial advice, etc. But also safeguard your information, your big account, etc. Also make sure and try and safeguard that information, okay? Try and make sure that is held back. Don't talk about your crypto as you look at, different kind of strategies, etc. Don't always discuss all of your holdings with everybody. Everybody keeps some in reserve in terms of like, those special surprises, etc., where you guys hold the value in terms of like, maybe your entirety of your holdings. Let's go over again. Now this is going to be real important for us to finish, and I guess we did. We finished, guys, with a bullish engulfing candle, guys. This is a big deal. As we look at the bullish engulfing candle, guys, this has been closed out just right on the dot here. We're right at the close, guys, of the preceding day. You see this small candle here opened up right here. You can barely see it. It's just barely on the float right here. You guys see this small candle work right here. Okay, the preceding days represent this green right here is a bullish engulfing candle, guys. Very, very nice. A bullish engulfing candle. Very, very nice. It's going to engulf the entirety of the preceding red candle. The entirety of the body takes up the space, guys. It engulfs the preceding candles. So that's, guys, it's a very bullish sign. It's typically used as kind of a reversal indicator. So this retracement technically, guys, is going to be indicated for reversal. Now, we don't always rely on, you guys know this on this channel, we don't always rely on candles, okay? They can be unreliable to an extent. There's a reason we don't. They receive light treatment in the field of technical analysis. You guys know that. We like to draw our patterns on the line, and we like to be prepared for the upside and the downside. In terms of the entirety of what we're going through now, guys, I think this has been like a good lesson and update. I want to get this message out to as many people as possible and get back to the VIP. So I'm going to let this tape roll, and we'll probably do a stream later tonight, just so you guys know. We have a lot of advancement in terms of the inner workings of what we're putting together right now for the group, and I want you guys just to feel comfortable, checking back in the stream, rewatching any streams that you guys feel are important, and definitely interacting in those back rooms. You guys are the engine, right? You're the engine. I know you guys, a lot of you are trading. You're just like, I'm focused on trading. I know, I understand that. I'm focused on trading and delivering you guys information and kind of getting the structure together of the group, right? It's a lot to piece together. So in terms of everything, I think this has been a good update, guys. We nailed the pricing target. This is kind of a celebratory kind of deal here. This was a very, very strong move. Looks like we are kind of going a little bit flat here. The question is going to be, I'll just state this for the record, will this count as a bull flag? I don't know, guys. It's tough, but everyone's looking at it like, I don't know. It's close, right? Because we need a downward sloping channel. I'm going to say right now, if this wants to kick up here, we're not going to necessarily judge it on the daily. Let's not judge that on the daily. Let's bring that back over and see. We just have a bit of a problem here. I just do want to address this because I did circle it. I remembered that. I did circle that and say what's going on aside from just I'm going to say aside from, and it's interesting the lines you get from the hourly, right? Can this hold and kind of reject? If we were to do this, guys, could this hold and reject the notion of a head and shoulders? That's going to be one thing that we're gonna want to pick up on as you guys look at your exposure right now. Let's go ahead and do this just so you guys are ready to trade. Let's go ahead and draw a Fibonacci on this on this price action. You guys know we want to go to the hourly on this. We want to go to the hourly. Let's go to the fib retracement. Let's go ahead and pull up a let's go ahead and pull it up, guys. Let's go ahead and get into this and see if it wants to retrace. If it doesn't want to retrace, beautiful. If you guys stack your orders right now, it may start to come pick up your orders. You guys know that. We're going to be excited about trading this, irrespective of whether or not it's on the patterns or whether or not it's on the Fibonacci's. You guys know that's a way to get engaged. And I just say with this level of price action, you may have your flash cash kind of stash in your account like that, but a lot of you guys are playing heavier. And I want to give a shout out to Josh. Josh has been playing heavier. He may have a quick account, Kuda. I know Kuda over in Germany. Shout out to U.S. military guys in our group, to U.S. Air Force, to Army. Jason's lit, to AJ, U.S. Air Force as well, to Bernie, what's up, U.S. Army? Congratulations to all you guys for your service to the country. We thank you very much for that service, and it's a pleasure to host you guys in terms of your trade group. Kent Gifford, a alpha trader that I trained, is back from Spain. I want to let you guys know that's very exciting. Kent, what's up, brother? Nice to have you back. We changed a little bit in terms of the focus on Bitcoin, and we look forward to you getting more involved in Bitcoin as well as some altcoins. We've had a lot of developments in terms of Gate. I think you're going to do phenomenally well on Gate. So in terms of this pricing structure, guys, I'm just going to say it would be important for us to continue to the upside, right? I want to find another kind of zone of confluence if I can, something that would prevent this from becoming kind of what are your hold levels here, right? If we could kind of designate some hold levels, I don't think that's going to be a hold level necessarily, but it is going to be implicated. I'm going to draw a trend line from this bottom zone up, guys. I'm trying to find something that's going to act as a support level that traders are going to recognize, that's going to harness this position, okay, instead of just giving us a right shoulder. Just do understand I'm having that discussion in terms of the right shoulder, right? That's a strongly indicated potential move here due to the formation, okay, that we have, okay? So that would be something that would be dangerous in terms of your holding. I want to discuss it, not to be bearish, but just to understand that, as we looked at this, kind of the pattern formation, and we'll go to that top level channel that we had here. I've just tried to find anything along the bottom which might want to express itself. That clearly is an expressed channel along the bottom, which may want to act as and we could do kind of a pitchfork routine with that. We can do a few different employ a few different mechanisms to really come up with something there. But guys, the one thing that could really bite would be a head and shoulders. As we formulate that potential right shoulder here, just understand we're going to want to, the way we'll attack this is probably on the 5-minute. Yeah, probably on the lower time frames, just to give us an idea of where things are moving. As we look at that, we're getting kind of a rounding feature just below that $40,000 mark, and that has continued to be something which has been a little difficult for us to surpass for a while. But as we look at this, what I'm going to say is, we have some other indications here which are pretty strong. Around that $40,000 mark, guys, we have almost like a curvature formation here. Yeah, the curvature formation could play very heavily. If we can bounce out up above this 40,000, guys, we have this preceding intermediary, high here, which was a resistance at 39,938 thereabouts. We could really use this pattern ongoing right here. We'll just have to watch the price action, guys. That's the name of the game in crypto. We have to stay, alert and tuned into the. We have to stay alert and tuned into the to the charts. The price action, it pays, guys. I'm going to say that. So in terms of the, in terms of this movement, if we can accomplish this, let's just take a look at essentially, the level to which that could break us out to, and that's a nice. Isn't that nice, guys? That'd be. Wouldn't that just be a picture perfect story, guys? Because that would get us out up above that diagonal, and that's beautiful, guys. That would get us up out of the diagonal, okay, this diagonal resistance line. As you guys look at this this resistance line from the top, that's drawn on the daily, guys. It's perfectly clean on the daily. It would get us out up above that, and it would also get us, if we move over here, I think that's going to be the 23.6, okay, which is that line of resistance. So that's going to be nice to see if we can do that. Let's go back to the daily to see if that if we can form a kind of a saucer or curvature formation, guys, that would put us right at that 23.6 again to go and battle that again. Then we would essentially be and almost it looks like a curvature formation to try and let's see, a curvature formation. Let's see what we have. Let's see, just got an alert here on a injury to a police officer. Want to shout out to the 5-0 and the men protecting our country. We appreciate the alert. We'll keep an eye out for any suspect, guys. We appreciate that alert. As we look at this, guys, we would just not to depart from crypto, but that just came across the board. Wanted to notify anyone local, etc. There's an alert on that. Police officer injured. Praying for him and his family. We wish you guys the best. In terms of this movement potentially to the upside from the 38.2, it would create, if we can accomplish, the lower portion of this return up, guys, it would be a return to that. As we look at this, guys, it would be a return to to this line, which is about 42.3, which would be a nice return, and it would be guys, that's the 23%. That would potentially give us another battle at that level to break out above. At that point, it's we're up against the guys, we're up against the Bears on this one. What do you want to say? I think we can pull this off. The important part about pulling off this curvature formation is it would get us out of this line of I'd say diagonal resistance. Excuse me. Diagonal resistance up to this lateral resistance here. So let's plug back into the price action. Let's see what we can accomplish. And guys, if you didn't get a chance to watch the stream last night, plug into it for about 5 or 10 minutes. See the capital allocation strategy that we talked about. Not financial advice, but plug into it to make sure there's not a position of overexposure, to make sure that you're not uncomfortable with your position and that it's not stressing you out too much. Crypto's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to have a good time. You VIPs, that's the whole name of the game. So we'll cut it here. We'll let you guys roll with it. We'll probably stream later on to make sure you guys are tuned in. Are we going to have a positive or negative day? I'll say this, guys. In terms of the price action, you guys know we just set a bullish engulfing candle. A bullish engulfing candle, and that's just that's very nicely done by you guys. I know you guys have been battling, and guys, you've earned that. We're setting a green candle right now for the start of this day, and guys, let's just do it. Like, look at that engulfing candle. That's just engulfing the entire preceding day's action, which was we had. Let's see how many green candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a interesting doji formation. 8 in a row here on the daily chart. Very impressive, and just a move we haven't seen in a long time in terms of the price being that's strong, guys. That's strongly indicated. So, in terms of pricing targets, you guys plug into the back rooms, and we'll just get you guys more information later on today. Make sure you follow us over at Bitcoin Spike. You can also follow us at The Kingdom on Twitter. We do send out notifications. We also get involved with the community as much as we can, and we look forward to bringing you more information later today. You guys take care of yourself. This is London with the Crypto Kingdom at Bitcoin Spike. Take care of yourself and go